Hey guys, welcome to the You and Rusty YouTube channel. My name is Vedant Kaushik, and on this channel we talk about a lot of stuff that I personally do in my life for productivity. We talk about books, we talk about podcasts, and this particular video, which is actually part one of two videos that I'm doing, which is around the question that has been plaguing my mind for a long time, which is that whether books are better than podcasts for learning, for education, for consumption, or is it the podcasts that are better than books? Are books better or are podcasts better? This particular video focuses on why podcasts are actually better than books for learning. Part 2 of this video, which focuses on why books are better for learning, so that you can ultimately have a decision around which is the one that you prefer. You can find the link of the next video in the description, up in the cards, or on the channel, depending upon wherever you want to see it. And let's begin. Now, let's get something out of the way right away. There is an overabundance of content in today's world. You have too many books, you have too many YouTube videos, you have too many podcasts. There is information and content available on everything from which mobile phone you should buy, which cryptocurrency to invest in, how to become great at marketing, great novels, great stories. And this is the best part, that all of these things can be found in both books and podcasts. And this question on whether books are better for learning or whether podcasts are better for learning has been a really interesting debate that has only sparked recently as podcasts have become popular. Now, I personally have also been a podcaster for the better part of the last year and a half. I've got 3 podcasts at this moment. One is my leisure podcast, which is called Stories with Rusty. I do a live stream podcast with Shatab, which is called Raw and Real. And we've also recently started a tech podcast called Miss Tech. Doing all of this, and I've also, by the way, published a book. It's a poetry book, but it's still a book which has been published, because I believe have a more universal appeal for listeners and a more universal appeal for people when they want to consume and learn content. I mean, the most obvious benefit that podcasts have over books is that podcasts can be consumed without you having to put all of your attention in a book. Podcast is great for listening when you are just roaming around the house doing your chores. You have to actually sit down or take your time out, take up a book or a Kindle or wherever you want to read, and actually put the time in to read. Put the focus in. While on a podcast, you can listen to it while you are driving, while you're having a jog, while you're working out, or while you're just doing random chores. So that is one benefit that podcasts have over books, which is that they're easier to consume. And while that might be a behavioral thing for people who can't read, people who are visually impaired, or people who have problems understanding, reading, all of those people can actually switch to podcasts when they want to consume knowledge or just have a leisure time. Another important point which puts us in the favor of podcasts is that books usually, especially books which are designed for you to be consumed in forms of information. I'm not particularly talking about fiction books because those can have different perspectives, but books that are written from the point of view of one author can actually only limit you to one particular perspective. Now, this is a very vague point, but I still think it's important to consider, because podcasts can have multiple hosts, podcasts can have multiple people speaking, and while they might or might not have expert information on the topic at hand, there will be multiple perspectives that can actually help you improve on how to think about a particular problem statement or a particular instance or a particular happening. Because when you get multiple perspectives, your own brain starts to hypothesize and consider the different perspective, and whatever makes sense to you, you start to align yourself with those perspectives. But the option of having multiple perspectives is actually a benefit that only podcasts have in comparison to books. Another great advantage that podcasts have over books is that sometimes a book can get lost in too many details, while a podcast conversation, a podcast interview, or a podcast about a particular topic usually lasts around 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and 2 hours. So it means that the podcast guest or the podcast host have to limit their information or the conversation to a certain topic, certain context. Now, for people who want to consume a lot of information, go down into the depths and details, for them, of course, books are better. But for people like me who do not want to get into, for example, the deep history of how mobile phones were created or how leather came to be. I mean, I've got a leather strap right here, so that's why I thought of leather. I mean, I just want the basic information, and I'm not going to spend 5 hours or 10 hours reading a book about leather when I can just listen to a podcast. So that is an advantage. When you do not want to get lost into details, podcasts can actually give you a lot of information which is relevant, important, and can get you up to speed on a good topic. Okay, now all of these points just make sense to me right now while I'm speaking them, that we have been only reading for the last 500 years. And I'm aware that there have been the Gutenberg press was around 500 years ago, and that is when reading actually became popular. But we've been listening for much longer before that. You know, all of our epics, the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, they've been passed down verbally, and it's only once writing became a thing that they became written text. The crux of the matter is that we've been reading very recently, and podcasts have only become popular because they're much easier to consume, as it forms a part of our natural senses. Now, reading needs us to take care of a lot of senses. You are using the physical you're using that sense of touch by picking up a book or a Kindle or whatever, but you're only consuming podcasts through just one sense. I mean, you might be watching video podcasts, but you do have the option to not watch a video podcast and just listen to the podcast. So that is an advantage in favor of podcasts. And I think the biggest advantage that podcasts have over books is the fact that they can be consumed from anywhere. I mean, from whatever research I could get to be done for this particular video, around 65% of podcast listeners come on mobile, around 25% of them come on laptops or desktops, and a few of them, around 5 to 10%, come on smart speakers. The point is that majority of people can access podcasts on the go while they're doing 100 different other things. That is not the case for books. You actually have to sit down and spend time consciously to consume podcasts, and something that can be easily consumed obviously will have more advantage for people who have a busy lifestyle. And I think the final and the most important point that goes in the favor of podcasts is that most podcasts are free. I mean, you can consume them on Spotify, you can consume them on Apple Podcasts. There are 100 different podcast services which essentially are giving all of this valuable information for free. Now, I know you do have to spend the time to figure out what podcast suits your taste, what kind of podcast do you like, whether you like podcasts which are leisure or are horror or have stories. It depends upon your particular taste, but the fact that podcasts are actually free compared to books where you have to, say, buy actual physical books individually, you can listen to as many podcasts for free for as long as you want. I mean, sure, there are a few ads on Spotify or Apple Music. I'm not sure if Apple Podcasts has ads, but the fact that you can still consume by viewing podcasts for free on YouTube, on Spotify, on 100 different other podcast platforms is the fact that it provides a more accessibility option to people who maybe do not have the time or the money to spend on books. But podcasts easier to consume, which is why most people would argue in the favor, like I am doing in this particular video, that podcasts can actually be a better resource to get you in depth about learning. Now, there might be an argument that books are better for learning because they provide more detailed information. But if you're not aware, there are podcasts that can go long for 24 hours. I listened to a podcast around history of India, which went on for 23 hours, and it was a pretty in-depth conversation. So if you want it, the information is readily available for you out there. And finally, in conclusion of this video, podcasts, in my opinion, are a really great way for you to expand your horizon, for you to get interested in a lot of things. The fact of the matter is that until and unless you know what you're interested in, until and unless you know the things that fascinate you, you will not be investing a lot of dedicated time into reading or learning or researching about them. And podcasts actually provide you the best way to get a lot of relevant information about a lot of different topics and actually get you started, a head start into then things that you can become really an expert in. And the point where some people might argue that podcasts do not provide a lot of expertise into a particular topic, I have listened to podcasts and I've actually hosted podcasts where I've had people who are experts in their particular field, and whatever questions I might have had about the particular field, those guys were pretty comfortable answering those. So there is a great point in the favor of podcasts that they're really accessible. There is great variety, and the fact that you can listen to them for free and they're easy to consume, I think puts podcast in this particular case above books if you are thinking about which is better for you to consume. And again, tell me if you agree to this, if you have a point in the favor of books in comparison to podcasts. Tell me what your favorite podcasts are. I've told you about the 3 podcasts that I actually host. You might want to check them out. And again, let me know if you have any other thoughts. If you like this kind of video, if you like more videos like this, make sure to check out the other videos on the channel, because we come up with a lot of stuff like this about lifestyle, about things that I do in my lifestyle and that you can basically inculcate and be more productive or have or basically get a taste of how I live my life. If that's something that interests you, make sure to check out the other videos. Give your opinion in the comments down below. Make sure to check out the second part where we discuss whether books are better than podcasts or not. And thanks so much for watching until the end. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.